Let me tell you a story. I'm 16 years old at my youth group, and before youth starts, we're just hanging out outside, just having a blast. We're skateboarding at the back of the property, and it's just so much fun. And I remember we go back inside, we're learning about Jesus the whole time, getting super hyped up about that. And we break into small groups at the end just to have some little discussions. My youth pastor comes up and he's like, "Hey guys, do you guys stick to what you said you were going to do last week? Do you do that? Last week we talked about applying to jobs and like really stepping up, taking responsibility, initiative to be men." And he asked me, "Jaime, like, did you apply to some jobs? You said you were going to apply to 15 jobs. And I said, I applied to Pizza Nova." And that's it. So boy, did we get a whooping that night. And he was really telling us, you guys got to be men. Start taking responsibility. Stop being bums. And we just prayed. And I remember him telling us, don't forget to do your laundry. Stop being a bum. Go clean up your room. And that's so good. I mean, I'm back home just super pumped up. And end of the day, right, getting ready to go to bed, and a thought comes into my mind. A random thought about some girl from a porn video that I watched a week earlier. And I was immediately tempted. Like a few hours earlier, I'm worshiping God, I'm praying. And right after, here I am, I'm tempted to go on my phone and look at some booty cheeks. I'm tempted to look at some naked girls. I remember telling myself that I'm not getting married anytime soon, so, I might as well just watch porn now. When I get married and when I have sex, then I can stop watching porn. It's going to be easier to stop then. But for now, what can I do? So I got on my phone and I indulged in deeds of darkness. I remember thinking after I relapsed that when I get a girlfriend, then I'll stop watching porn. It's impossible to stop now, but when I'm in a relationship, then it'll be easier to stop. When I start having sex, then why would I need porn? Dating and marriage is going to be the solution. It's going to help resolve my addiction. And that is a grave mistake. Marriage won't fix your porn addiction. I know that I just made a video on how I relapsed recently, but that does not take away from the importance of this message for you and for me. You have to understand that how you do one thing is how you do everything. What you do in singleness is what you will do in marriage. Porn in singleness will prevail in marriage. How do you expect to deal with your addiction on top of all the other responsibilities within a relationship? It's pointless. You just bring in baggage and problems into your relationship, and your partner will pay the price because you weren't disciplined, you weren't self-controlled, you didn't have the willpower to deal with these problems in the first place. You need someone to stop sugarcoating things and just say things as they are to your face. You need to realize these things. Another reason why marriage is not going to fix your porn addiction is because porn creates a false perspective on sex. Sex becomes all about your own pleasure. Think about it. You can watch any video you want. Whatever you want to see, you can have it with a click of your finger anytime you want. You can even switch between which girl is on screen, what she's doing, what she looks like. It's honestly disgusting when you think about it. Then when you have sex with your wife, you're not going to be satisfied. She's not like the porn videos. It's not as stimulating. You're literally going to be unable to get hard because you condition your mind from all the porn and OnlyFans that you've been watching for years. Sex isn't going to be like the masturbation that you've been doing for decades. And ultimately, you're going to lose attraction and go back to porn to satisfy your fleshly desires. What you initially thought would be your escape will create additional problems, and they're not additive, they're actually synergistic problems. You actually have no idea the gravity of the consequences of your actions. You thought in marriage that your addiction would get better, that you'd be free. You're still chained, and it just gets worse. I want you to put down your pride for a second and take into account the snowball effect here. Realize that you might literally cheat on your wife. Because you're not satisfied in the bedroom, because your view on sex is all about your own pleasure, you'll be unsatisfied and you'll literally just cheat on your wife. I know that's like really dark, but it's a real possibility that you have to account for. You didn't think you'd be this addicted to porn when you started. So what makes you think that cheating is below you? That you're some like moral, upright man or woman? And this is the flesh we're talking about. Sin is deceiving. All this goes to show that it's not love. You don't understand what love is. Love should not expect anything in return. We should be giving without expecting anything in return. Sex becomes selfless. And that is not what porn tells you. Porn tells you the exact opposite. It It tells you that sex is all about your own pleasure. And because of this, because you've been watching porn for years, when you're in marriage, sex is corrupted. You have a corrupted view of sex. Imagine for a sec that a year from now, like you're with your wife in bed and you're having sex, but it's so underwhelming, so average, so bland that you're not even present. You're literally just thinking about porn videos in your head, trying to compare, like, oh, this is not as good. You finish and you're not even like satisfied. You just leave the room without talking to your wife. She's left unsatisfied because she notices that you're not even present. And you sneak away, you get your laptop up, you click in the premium porn or the OnlyFans that you've been subscribed to for months. You're paying for this because you need that hyper-stimulating porn for all these decades. It just keeps getting worse. And you do this all behind your partner's back. Is that what you want? Because this is who you'll become. Let's clear up a misunderstanding that you might have right now. Look, I'm not saying that sex is everything, that you need to have good quality sex in your relationship. Of course, that's good. But like I said in my other video, that if sex is all that you're looking for in a relationship, if that's all there is, I don't want to have any part of it, right? If sex is all you're looking for, then you're mistaken. That's not love. This video is about love, and there's one way to understand it. I want you to take an actionable step here and take out your Bible. It might be dusty, but open it up very soon. You'll be opening it up every single day because you're going to realize the importance, the value of its words. So opening to 1 Corinthians 13, 4-7, let me read it to you. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. You're going to highlight this verse and you're going to look at it every single day. You're going to read it over and over again. You're going to meditate on it. You're going to think about it on the bus, on the bed, on your toilet. You're going to let it percolate until it changes every thought, word, and action that you have. When you walk with Jesus, you're not just meeting with him on Sundays. If you were a disciple, you were with him all day since when you wake up till the moment you go to bed. All day you're going to be learning from him. You're going to be serving with him. You're going to be eating with him. You're going to be following him. I want you to do the same from now on. Instead of looking at porn for 3 hours, you're going to be looking at 1 Corinthians 13, verse 4-7 for 3 hours. And when you finally get it, take a step back and understand that you don't actually understand all of it, and then continue to look at it. This is really going to change the way you see sex, marriage, love. And I think that if we truly understand love, it's going to change the way we see sex and create healthier relationships. Sex becomes no longer about seeking our own pleasure. It becomes more than just physical. Beauty is no longer about comparing someone to an ideal or a thought in our head. Instead, we're looking at them and we're taking in their whole being. This is nothing like what the world tells us. This is fascinating stuff. Like, if we continue to grow in our faith day by day, trying to learn more about Jesus, trying to know him at a deeper level, dude, I can't even imagine the people that will become. The world, it offers us these promises, but they pale in comparison to what God has to offer. We may have all done sexually immoral things in the past, but we can change course. We do not have to be what our flesh wants us to be. We can change. We need God to remind us of who he is when we forget who we are. When you understand these things, you're not like everybody else now. Now you actually have to change. And we're on this journey together, so let's continue on this path towards Jesus. If you like this video, I'm really grateful that you watched it till the end. But check out more of my other videos right here. But that's it for me today. Just remember, if anyone then knows the good they ought to do and doesn't do it, it's sin for them. So please kill the flesh.